So what is an unpopular wrestling opinion? Well, I've heard you feel like Randy Orton never had a good match. That is a ridiculous statement, but it's okay to have an opinion. Idiot. King Corbin is the best heel in the WWE. Is it possible that he's too good at being a heel? I don't wanna boo, but I don't wanna watch either. Mission accomplished? Nia Jax can wrestle. No, that's just stupid. Take that back. How dare you? Take that back. Nia Jax can wrestle. Can wrestle. Opinions, not stupidity. Take that back. And for your information, Randy Orton did have a lot of great matches. As you can see, I can take an opinion. You know, I'm not your typical wrestling fan. But people sometimes don't understand the difference between an unpopular opinion and a popular opinion. I've heard people saying, unpopular opinion? Roman Reigns is overpushed. Everyone says that. That is a popular opinion. My unpopular opinion is that food is delicious. As you can see, I really dig it. Unpopular opinion, Royal Rumble is fun. So today's video is gonna get ugly. It's gonna be brutal. Because I'm going to read my patrons' opinions. Patreon.com/TheGreatOne. If you wanna be in the next video, make sure to support me on Patreon. And I'm gonna get real with them. I'm going to read your unpopular wrestling opinion, and I'm gonna hit you with the facts. I'm gonna hit you with my opinion, which is facts most of the time. So, I hope we can still be friends. I hope we can hang out, you know. I don't want to offend anybody, but I will disagree with you most of the time, probably. So, it's gonna get brutal. Hopefully everyone is gonna be okay, and hopefully I won't lose all my patrons. Remember, this is just my opinion. But if you disagree with me, well then we have a problem. Just kidding. I can't take opinions. But Nia Jax cannot wrestle. I'll start. NXT is overrated. That is my opinion. Sue me, sacrifice me to the devil himself, see if I care. But a few months ago, I asked my patrons about their unpopular wrestling opinions, and I got a lot of interesting answers. Roman Reigns is the most underrated WWE champion of all time. That is an unpopular opinion, I'll give you that. Was he underrated? Maybe. By some people he was overrated. Now, in my opinion, it wasn't a good title reign because every time it felt so forced, so manufactured, you know, we all knew that this is gonna happen and stuff. But I did like that moment when he won the WWE Championship against Sheamus on Monday Night Raw, and I liked his matches against AJ Styles. I believe these are classics, so maybe it is a bit underrated, you know. People always like to throw shit at Roman Reigns, even if it's good. So yes, I kinda agree with that opinion in a way. Randy Orton is the most underrated wrestler of all time. I kinda agree. I think he's too big to be underrated of all time. He's not the most underrated wrestler of all time, but he's definitely underrated by the fans. Maybe not by the WWE because he's, I don't know, 16, 15, 13-time WWE champion, had an amazing career always in the main event, you know. But by the fans, he's definitely underrated in my opinion. By the IWC, you know, these hardcore wrestling fans. Randy Orton is not from New Japan. I hate these kind of people, honestly. Randy Orton is a perfect wrestler in my opinion. WWE Superstars is the greatest show WWE has ever produced. Maybe. I mean, it had Primo and Vladimir Kozlov in the same match after all. Cena vs Punk at Money in the Bank 2011 is overrated. The match itself feels botchy and improvised most of the time. I can see that the build-up and the crowd reaction was 5 out of 5 stars, but not the actual match. This is a tricky opinion, if that makes any sense, because yes, the match itself was botchy, and if you remove the crowd, you know, if we didn't get that crowd reaction, it feels like a normal match, a decent match, but definitely not anything spectacular. But this is my opinion on matches itself. Yes, moves matter, obviously. Without the moves, you get me and Nia Jax in the ring and we fight, and surprisingly, we have the same skills. But the thing is about matches, for me at least, 30% of the match is moves. And the rest of it is the crowd reaction, the build-up, the story. I don't care about the moves and stuff. You can have, I don't know, Ricochet versus another flippy guy, and the match is spectacular. They're basically flying in the air, wow. Still, I still don't care that much because I don't know the story, and if the crowd is not reacting to it, well, I don't care. That's why I barely watch WWE right now, because the crowd is fake and I can't invest in the matches, So, I believe it's an okay opinion to have because yes, the match itself was not that good, but what is the match? The match to me is all of these ingredients, and I believe this match is very good. Definitely not 5 stars, but the crowd reaction made it. Another example, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. I think John Cena said that if you watch that match on mute, it's horrible, it's horrendous, but the crowd is what's special about that match. Rey Mysterio is boring and should retire.
I will not let you disrespect me and my familia. Booyaka.
I don't know, man. I kinda want to agree in a way, but I respect Rey Mysterio too much. I think he's spectacular, definitely the best high flyer of all time. Even if he doesn't have the best skills, in my opinion, he is the best high flyer, cruiserweight, whatever, of all time. We all know that. But as a kid, I never really got too much into Rey Mysterio, Basically, every kid liked him, A guy with a mask, flying. Oh, dude, that's basically a superhero. I never really liked him that much, and I don't know why. Brock Lesnar is the best wrestler of all time. Now, I don't know if you're sarcastic, but if you are sarcastic, I'm angry at you. Don't leave me. I don't know. The thing is, I don't want you to think that when I'm making fun of Brock Lesnar, which I'm not, that I don't like him as a wrestler. I think he's spectacular, one of the best athletes of all time. He's definitely in top 10 wrestlers of all time. And I hope you guys agree with that. And if you don't, well, you're wrong. I think he's great. I think he had so many great matches. Very underrated, When he wants to have a good match, he is going to have a good match. Take matches like AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Survivor Series, I think. Finn Balor even. I think that was a decent match. So many triple threat matches. John Cena, Seth Rollins. I think when he wants to be good, he is good, but he just doesn't have to. And if that's not a dream scenario, I don't know what is. I wish we all could be like Brock Lesnar. I should hire someone to talk instead of me, and I just want to stand right here and jump. And I get paid more than the guy who's talking. That is a dream scenario. But no joke, Brock Lesnar is very, very underrated. I agree with this opinion. The spinner belt is a beautiful title. Ooh, a controversial one. Okay, I like that. I like where this is going. So, the spinner championship, in my opinion, is underrated. When I saw that championship, I didn't like it that much. For a very long time as a kid, I thought that this championship is a mid-card title. I'm not even kidding. I thought the World Championship is the main championship. And even after they retired the championship, I thought it looks a bit childish. Looking back, maybe it's because of nostalgia, maybe because it looked good on certain people. I think the championship wasn't that bad, at least it wasn't boring, It looked good on John Cena, it looked good on Randy Orton, it looked good on CM Punk. But when certain people held that championship, it just looked a bit ridiculous. For example, Triple H in 2009. It looked horrible. It just didn't fit his character, and it felt like he's carrying a mid-card championship. Imagine The Undertaker with the Spinner Championship. Horrible. But it was unique, and I believe it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as we thought. At least it wasn't as boring as the current championships, which don't look bad in my opinion. Just boring. Randy should have ended Undertaker's Wrestlemania streak, not Brock. This is something I used to say as well. Randy Orton's gimmick is a legend killer. Randy Orton should have been the one to beat the Undertaker streak, but I can easily contradict myself because the thing is, the streak wasn't even that big back then. So it wouldn't even be that special, So I believe at around WrestleMania 30, we should have gotten Randy Orton returning as a legend killer and ending the Undertaker streak. It would make a lot more sense because Randy Orton is still very active and he would benefit from this. Brock Lesnar was already the toughest guy of in the WWE. He didn't really benefit from it that much. You know, that's like giving another WWE championship to John Cena. It doesn't add anything to his career at all. Lesnar is underrated at times when he shouldn't be. I agree, for example, when we had Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor, people said, okay, Brock Lesnar is gonna blow it. He's facing Finn Balor, he's not gonna care. Unpopular opinion, I think Brock Lesnar is a better wrestler than Finn Balor. Maybe he doesn't have the moves, the high flying skills, whatever, but he's a bigger attraction, and his matches to me are more fun for some reason. I don't know why, but I think people really underrated Brock Lesnar back then. Every WWE movie TV crossover is great. Don't at me. I will at you. I never seen any of these. I don't care actually. I can't take them seriously because WWE's movies are horrible. Marine 69 at this point. How many Marine movies do you need, WWE? These are horrible. Most of your movies are really, really bad. Not watching a GreatOne video ever should be a crime, honestly. This is something I agree with. You know, I make videos for people to watch. And if you don't watch, what is the point? Watch my videos. Support me on Patreon if you want to be in the next video. Watch my videos. My last and final one. Push Reigns and Flair more. There you go. Peace, love, and hugs. What does that even mean? Peace, love, and hugs? What is that? Anyway, yes, I want more Charlotte Flair. I want to see her in AEW. I want to see her in Ring of Honor. I want to see her in New Japan. I want to see her in my kitchen. I want to see her everywhere. Everywhere I could, because WWE are mostly right. We can't get enough of Charlotte Flair. We need to see her on every show possible. Woo. I don't know if I'm popular, but Ronda Rousey really sucks. I don't know about that. If it wasn't for Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch wouldn't be in that WrestleMania 35 main event. We all know that. And if you don't know that, well, you do now. That is a fact. That is not an opinion. That is just a fact, because Ronda Rousey was that popular. And I believe she was pretty entertaining. The star power. She legitimized that women's division, and after she left, that women's division never felt as important, in my opinion. So she really changed the game, and even if you're not the biggest fan, you kinda need to acknowledge that, because that is my opinion, and you need to agree with that. You're watching me talking. Epico is better than Primo. Boom, I said it. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! I'm okay with opinions. I'm not here to disagree with you, insult you. I'm here to talk about your unpopular opinions. But when I see stupidity and shaming and I don't even know what filth like this, I get angry, I get disappointed in you guys. Epico is a good wrestler, let's say that. Epico Primo. And that hand is going through the roof right now, let me tell you, to the space. Damn, you guys make me angry. Boom, I said it. What you filth, that is filth. Becky Lynch is terrible because the man gimmick is nauseating right now. I kinda agree in a way, I think she's still good. But WWE killed the character by overdoing it, you know. They made her try way too much. The trucks and stuff, custom painted, it doesn't fit her character. Her character was the man, you know, someone who doesn't care. Doesn't even have a normal Titantron, coming out with a jacket, no wrestling attire, come on, let's fight. I believe that's when it worked. But then they kinda overdone it with the custom trucks, custom this, custom that, and the whole gimmick didn't make any sense anymore. In my opinion, at least. Brock Lesnar should milk a bunch of cows in the ring for a fun segment. Fun segment? More like a hardcore extreme segment. That's what I pay for. $9.99. I want to see some ECW crap. Some TV14 stuff. Brock Lesnar with the titties. Dude, remember when we had these muscle contests or whatever, flexing, Triple H, I think Scott Steiner? Why can't we do the same thing, but instead of muscles, we have cow boobies, and we have 2 buckets of milk, and we have, in one corner, Brock Lesnar, in the other corner, who could he do that with? Doesn't really matter. We have Brock Lesnar and another wrestler in a different corner. Who can get the most milk out of a cow in a certain time? Dude! Wow, that's actually better than wrestling. Maybe I've overdone it. Yeah, I don't want to give them ideas. Maybe I'll start my own promotion. Milk Adventures. Milkamania. Maybe one day. Main event is underrated. I don't know if that's a joke. And if that is insulting. How dare you? I trust you. But it is kinda exaggerated by the fans. What I mean by that, people believe that being on the main event is like the end of the world. You are in the main event, you're done. Your career is over, which is, happens a lot of times. But sometimes it just has a few mid-carders like, I don't know, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, and they have a match, and that's basically it. They're just recording matches before Raw. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Dolph Ziggler deserves more than he has. Best wrestler in WWE, very unpopular. It's a popular opinion that he should get more. I think most people actually like the guy, not as much as I did back in the day, because that's how much WWE ruined the guy. I kept telling you guys, he's great, and I believe he's one of the proofs that no matter how good you are in the WWE, no matter how you try, if WWE doesn't like you, you're not going anywhere. If the management doesn't care about you, you're not going anywhere. Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder is even a better example. I believe I read a story about how WWE used to have these meetings about getting over, by yourself. When Zack Ryder got over and WWE buried him, these meetings never happened again, which is a shame. That is a sad story. Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world. It's very subjective. You can have that opinion. There's nothing unpopular about it, because I can say that Nia Jax is okay, I cannot even joke about it. Phew. Let me clear my... I can say that, I don't know, Dolph Ziggler is the best wrestler in the world. And that is true, because that is my opinion. And what I mean by that, you can't really decide who's the best wrestler in the world. We had 2 wrestlers, maybe it would be easier. There are so many great wrestlers, all of them are different, so it's impossible. I believe you should say Kenny Omega is my favorite wrestler in the world. My unpopular opinion would be that Bray Wyatt's previous gimmick is better than The Fiend. Ooh, that's unpopular. I don't know. Yeah. One thing that I didn't like about previous Bray Wyatt's gimmick is that the promos were so boring. Yes, he was good at it. Very good, very creative. He wrote his own promos. But by the time he gets to the point, he's talking about the sunshine and the woods and the crying baby and the mother and all of that stuff that doesn't make any sense, and you're like, okay, here we go. Let's hear about the woods again. The birds and the sky. Okay. And I understand that this was his gimmick, but it just gets boring, I'd rather take the Fiend just putting his dirty hands through people's throats. Anyway, these were unpopular opinions. I really want to do a part 2 of this because that was fun. So if you want to be in my next video, patreon.com/TheGreatOne. Thank you very much. And maybe Nia Jax isn't that bad at... Okay, I cannot say this!